Greetings, everybody. This is M-Dog. I thought we would just take a minute and talk briefly about this DLC map for Fisher Online, and then we'll actually just do a little bit of fishing here. This is the China Henan Lake map, the third DLC map for Fisher Online. And I wanted to kind of show you a little bit about the map and ultimately, you know, describe why I think, for me at least, it's my favorite of any of the DLC maps that have come out for Fisher Online. And if you are in the market for getting DLC maps for this game, I think it's a really good value as value goes in terms of the maps that are available. And the main reason for that, spoilers, at least for me, would be the variety of carp that are available in this map. There are several carp, and that is in fact what we are going to fish for in just a moment, so you can see a few carp. But if you take a look at the map, there is a very good variety of types of fishing you can do here. There's some predator fish, although not as many as some of the other spin fishing or predator fish heavy maps, but there are a few. There are bream, there's even Chinese sturgeon in terms of sturgeon fishing, which is pretty popular in this game. There is the Amur Black and some of the other carp species that aren't your traditional carp, like I think the silver carp motley sort of fall into this category as well. And those fish are kind of not always found in the exact same locations where the traditional, all of the koi carp, common carp, and mirror carp are found. So yeah, good variety of fish species here. It's just, it has its own feel. It feels different. It does feel like this is a China map versus many of the other maps that are, in Russia or taken from pretty similar places. So in that aspect, it's cool. It is a very large map, and you can see some of the spots that I have marked. I like to get bream out here, snakehead here, tench back in this spot. I've set my trap down here to collect worms and stuff. A variety of koi I've caught here, although there's a better koi spot that I'm going to show you. Trophy koi and other good fishing is back in this corner, which we may actually fast travel there really quick. I did catch a sharp belly here, though I don't swear by that spot. It was just maybe the first place I caught a sharp belly when I was looking for them when we bronzed the lake. So we just fast traveled because we've caught one of every fish. We can fast travel here, and this little spot is great. So we're just kind of back in this little nook here, carp fishing. Actually, this is where I get my Chinese sleepers using a very small spinning setup for dailies. Chinese sleepers sometimes come into dailies or just random quests. But this whole area back here is worth knowing about for sure, and one of my favorite spots. Though carp fishing is good back here, that's actually not the spot that I want to show you. Let's go fish at my favorite carp spot, which Amar, who is in our club and is often in my stream. You may know Amar, but he's actually the one that sort of discovered this spot, and ever since I started fishing here, though I'm sure there are other really great carp spots, this is just sort of the one we stumbled upon, and it has been really good. So let's catch a few carp, and then I'll show you, after we've caught a few, sort of the value of a few carp in the net, and yeah, then we'll wrap it up. So, but like I said, I have really enjoyed this map. I think if you are just wanting to have as much variety as possible in your Fisher Online experience, I think it is worth considering. Not sure how often Fisher Online itself or the maps, the DLC maps for Fisher Online actually go on sale, but I believe each DLC map at full price is $7, something like that. I don't know. They're not a lot, ultimately. The base game, I think, is $15 if it's not on sale. And the DLC maps are range in price from like, I don't know, $4 to $6, I think, something like that. Okay, so this is where we want to set our rods up. So we're going to put our rod holder right there. We're going to sit right here. And let's go ahead and get our carp rods in place. Now I don't feel like I'm locked into using the same baits here. I actually do a pretty good variety of baits. But we're going to start off with corn. Let's see. Do we have a... I actually don't have a carp ground bait made yet, so we'll just use regular carp ground bait, and then I may make one if we have time. Alright, and then on the far right line, let's use... let's see, corn. We'll probably put mint on the middle one. So we could either go cabbage or tiger nut would be something I would often do. Let's try tiger nut over here. That might catch a little more regular carp, which honestly our best bet is to catch the koi in terms of silver and XP. Alright, so we're going to use mint, and this is our big rod. This is our biggest carp rod. It goes up to 40 kilo, and we'll throw this one out first. So we're just kind of right here at this rod pod. We want to aim around the end of the weeds over there. And we're going to end up hitting X to bring up our clip. So that's at 24. That's at 21. I really want, 19 is fine. I really want anywhere from like 15 to 20. And I don't necessarily want them all at the exact same spot, but... Alright, so that's 23. That's 21. That's 19. Let's stay at 17 on that one. And then this one we'll do maybe the shortest onto the right. Yeah, there's 16 clip. Perfect. Alright, so if it was nighttime, we'd want our lamp out. And we may actually make some carp ground bait really quick. So let's use carp honey. What dip do we want to use? We do have mint. Let's try mint this time. We've got mint as one of our baits. As a base, we'll do corn. And as a bait, we'll do corn, actually. So a corn heavy ground bait. Alright, and already we've got a couple bites. Sorry for the loud signal sounds. I will turn those down in just a moment. But let's see what we're catching here. This looks like a koi. So we are happy to see one of the kois. It'd be nice to catch the full variety of koi, but we'll see how we can do here. Alright, so there's the shigur. Notice the 2200 XP. You may not know this if you don't play the game, but that is a very solid amount of XP. Alright, so here's the next koi. This one comes in on corn. Just making sure everything is set up correctly. It is. So I saved up for that middle carp rod. It was 40K. 40K strength. The first and third rod I have out, these are only up to 30 kilo strength. So pretty significant difference. Okay, this is going to be a large common right here. So not just a common, but a large common. And oh, it didn't quite. I think 10 kilos is the cutoff. So this actually is a regular common carp, not a large common carp like I thought it was going to be. We will keep corn. By the way, in this game, if you hit the letter T, or I think if you push in your mouse wheel, by default at least, you will cast it back to the same location. Which is pretty cool. So this is going to be a common as well. Alright, let's switch tiger nut to... let's actually switch it to mint. because we do have a larger hook on the middle rod. I'm actually using a size 3 hook on the middle rod, which means it will be a slower bite rate. It hopefully will also hook into some a little bit larger size carp when it does. So in case that bite rate's really slow, I'm going to switch that tiger nut to mint, because mint and corn are my two favorite carp baits for this spot. And here's another shigur, it looks like. A little smaller, but still over 2,000 XP. And that's where, you know, as you find baits that you like that catch a high percentage of koi, that's really all you want for both silver and for XP. And that's what, for me, makes this my favorite of the DLC maps, because I tend to like carp fishing the most, and this bite rate is so good. The XP is so consistent, and the silver is also really nice as you catch several carp in this spot. Now, for efficiency, for silver, for whatever, we probably should have... There's a large carp. You notice the difference in XP. That last one was only, I think, about 1,000, so it's not that much more. It's a little bit more. And the silver will be a little more too. But for efficiency, we probably should have a size 2 hook on the middle rod. We would get a lot more bites. And I'd be able to show off my new rig a little more. Which one is that? I think that's the first one. I was going to go look at our trap holder real quick. I think it's right up here. It is. Oh, and look at this. I actually have been... Let's see what we got. So we got 7 mole crickets from our trap since we last put it down. I'm not going to get into the details of that. It's a little bit complicated, and that's not the focus of this video, but maybe some other time I will show you a little bit about the different traps that are in the Fisher Online, which allows you to collect bait in pretty creative ways. We do have a fish on the middle rod, which is very exciting. Let's go ahead and change ground bait as well. I think I always do a little bit better when I put my own ground bait on there. This is a decent fish. Hopefully we don't lose the one on the middle rod. It took us so long to get that bite. But now that I've touched this one, I don't want to put it down. This is a good carp. I just hope it's not another common. We do a lot better getting a high percentage of koi. I think that is a really nice shigur right there. So we'll see. You've been noticing how they were about 2,200 experience. It's not going to be that much more, but it'll be a little bit. 27.94 for a large shigur. Very nice. We will take that. Oh, I didn't put the other ground bait on there. That's my fault. Oh, this is going to be a nice one too, I think. The question is, what type of carp is it? With how big and strong it is, it might just be a common, but... And like I said, this is my newest carp rod. I'm definitely there's other things I want to save for as well, but I would like to have 3 carp rods that are this style. Well, we will never keep up with this bite rate. So I just saw that one on the far right one. It looked like a pretty small shigur, so we'll grab that one next. We know those are valuable. All right, what is that, chat? What do y'all think that is? From the body shape, it's a nice sized carp. The question is still out there on what type of carp is it. And it's a common. A common carp. Well, at least I'll be able to show you the value, the price difference in a common versus a koi. Very nice large common carp there, 11.2 kilos. All right, we're actually getting a different variation here. So you've seen the koi shigur. This is going to be a benigoi. Koi benigoi. Another nice experience, 2303, even though it wasn't that big of a carp. Ooh. Hey, very fortunate. We actually got another variation. Yeah, this is the kigoi. Koi kigoi. 2300 experience. Another nice one. So, just so you know, are there any koi that we have not caught? Yes, the Becco. The only koi we've not caught today for you is the Becco. And that's what it would look like. It's the black and white one. Another nice one. Very similar XP to the other ones. So, there we go. We'll wrap it up here. We can, if I was going to keep going, obviously this would be the time we'd want to put our custom PVA on there, since we made it all nice and particular for this spot. But I'm not going to keep you any longer. We've almost filled up half my net. The amount of silver I make on a full net all depends on the percentage of koi. So 400 silver for less than half a net. It's usually over 1,000 for a full net. Again, depending on how many koi I have versus regular. So look at this. A large shigur is 107 silver. These large carp come in next at 70. A regular carp 42. A regular shigur 29. Koi kigoi 29. A benigoi 24. Very small shigur 18. A very small common 10. So range in prices there. Before we sell them, let's just double check the quest real quick. Let's see. Yeah, there's nothing that we want to put on there, so we'll just sell them. 403 silver is 403 silver. We'll take it. Just by the way, if you're curious, let's see. Do they sell them here? Feeder rods, carp rods. Yes. So this was the carp rod that I was talking about. That's that middle one, the strongest one, goes up to 40 kilo. It's the Salamo Carp Hunter Expert. For the rod, it's 24,500 silver. We're at 5,000 currently. And then for the reel, it is another 21,500 silver. Now the only place I could go from here, at least on a gear that's available to me, carp gear, would be to go up to 45 max kilo, which would be nice, although it does require 10 tournament tokens. Not only is it 10,000 more silver, I think this feeder rod is actually a good bit more. Yeah, the feeder rod is 65k. So it would be fun to have the, extra heavy maximum carp rod, but it's a little overkill in my opinion. I think the heavy is fine. And that difference in silver is substantial. Just like this, obviously this is twice as much, but look at the jump here. So this is the one I have, the other two that go up to 30, which are fine for pretty much any carp that I've ever caught. I could get it in eventually with these. They're only 4,600. I mean, I could buy one of those right now. You know what I'm saying? So just to give you an idea on prices. All right, that is the China DLC map for Fisher Online. I love fishing here, so who knows, I might think of an excuse to do another video here at some point. There are obviously a lot of different fish that I could show you here, but my favorite is fishing for the koi. So that's what I wanted to focus on. Thanks as always for your support, for watching. Hope you have a great day, and wish you all the best. See you next time.